is going on? Sorry, I had to make sure all my stuff was good to go there. Hopefully everybody's having a good week, a good Friday night. Make sure that's not too loud. There we go. Well, all right. We didn't get the trade yesterday or today. Had a nice little vacation with the family. I'm not complaining. However, you know, it did suck. I came back. I actually sat down at my computer around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was itching. And there was just nothing. And thankfully, there was nothing because I probably would have tried to trade it. I believe there was something. It was closer to the bell. Anybody remember what that was? I honestly can't remember. Brian can tell me because he traded it. What was the one at the bell there, Brian? I can't think of the ticker. I could load the chat up real quick and figure it out, but it was like right at the bell. I wonder if somebody mentioned it in the Discord. Let me see. SDGL? I think that was it. SGDL? It wasn't SDGL. Yeah, we're getting the ticker wrong. Let me scroll up here. It wasn't GLSI. Although that one did make a move at the end of the day. SLDB? Is that it? SLDB? If I can type. No. You guys are going to make me load up my SBGL. Nope, that's not it either. I'm just going to load it up. Let's see if just pull it off the... Probably going to block. It's probably going to pop up right here. There's the lounge. Let's see. REPH was another one. Let's see. I don't think it was REPH. I think it was something else. It wasn't Veru either. SLDB. SLDB. No, that wasn't it. That was one of them though. That you had traded. Was it Veru? Maybe it was Veru. This could have been the one. I thought Thomas had traded it. That's why I was looking for his chart. I don't even see his chart. So maybe he didn't. I don't know. I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. Maybe it was... I mean, maybe this was it? I don't know. This is actually a pretty interesting one. Yeah, get into trading position here. Anybody else move their keyboard to get into trading position? I gotta like move it over like I'm a gamer. Get it ready. Nice move on volume. Looks like news, obviously. Made a move. Jiggled here. Came back up, made a new high. Yeah, this one would have got me. I would have... The title of tonight's stream was When is it time to change something, which we're going to kind of get into. But what I'm changing is nothing drastic. It's more so trying to take advantage of something I see from the market taking advantage of me. And you guys kind of heard me talk about it on Wednesday, where we take our first entry, it sets a high, say after our first entry, comes down, tries to pull back, goes higher, and then makes a new high, right? Fakes out. That was clearly a fake out. Tries to come down, but then ultimately curls up and goes high of day right there. So this would have been a stop for us right here, which would have been a good stop, right? It ran again. I don't know. Let me see. I don't think you posted these charts, did you? I wouldn't even be able to see them anyway, Brian. Lance, what's up, man? Welcome. Tom, what's up? Kim, how you doing? Hopefully you guys had a good week, better than mine. Finished the week down on my end here. 40% win rate, killing it. But I did only trade 3 days. That DKNG trade, that was kind of a bummer. Broke my rules to trade it. It was after 11 o'clock, which is kind of a whatever rule. I was more mad that it was news and I traded it because I'm a little bit more hesitant on news plays because of what I've said in the past. I feel like stocks then are going into price discovery mode, and that's kind of why news scares me a little bit. The fact that it's after 11 wasn't really the big thing that killed me, but yeah, ended up breaking 2 rules to trade that thing. But let me go back over to DKNG real quick. You can go back a few days and I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this was the trade right here. And unfortunately, this one got us because we started it way early. Let me pull up the executions here. Or not, maybe not. Let's refresh the dashboard here. Sometimes when it's sat for a while, it needs to just quick refresh. So first entry was a 51.29. 51.29 right there. And as you can see, this wasn't actually, I'm pretty sure, like I had said in the live trade, I actually got this on the way back up and it felt like it was starting to jiggle here, like it was a fake break through the highs, but we were very wrong. So we started this thing early. If we would have started this one, I mean, even up here, where you can see it tried to pull back again, and then it went higher, we would have allowed it to make this high for our ad, and then we still could have let it go one more, right? Because that would have been part of the plan. So it set this high, and this is what I was getting at. Comes down and tries to go through. We would let it make a new high or try to fake break, and then from there we would see what it does. And as you can see, this would have ended up working out. But since we started this thing so early, where was our ad at on this? I think we had 2 ads, didn't we? 51.79 and 52.46. So yeah, you can see we tried to feel this one. I believe we were kind of right on this one. I think we got this on the way up and then it dipped and then got bought right back up. And then 52.46. That was our last ad, which was on the backside here. So we kind of let it make a high and then we tried to hit the backside. And then unfortunately, because we already hit this for 112, we were pretty much in max size. So when this went high of day, there's no way we could have let it go even probably through 53. I believe through 53 would have just stopped us out for our overall trade, like our single trade max loss. I'm pretty sure that would have triggered there, but we ended up stopping out at high of day and it was still pretty close to a max loss, but it wasn't quite there. So that was kind of a bummer just because we started it too early. And we didn't even really get to put our plan into effect, right? Where we look for the pullback, let it make a new high, and if that high tries to pull back and then goes high a day again, that's where our stop would be. But unfortunately, we started this thing so early, we never even got a chance to really get to that first pullback to allow it to make the move. So that was just kind of unfortunate. Mother on the wall, say you are the dearest of all. I hit that like button, did you? I don't know. I didn't even hit the like button. Did you? Everybody hit that like button on the way in. I appreciate it. Oh, geez. There goes the Brian Mama Love. Thomas, what's up, man? Thomas is out camping yet again, looking for them deer. I wish you the best of luck, Thomas. Be very, 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 very quiet. You can't scare the deer. Let's see, what else did we trade this week? And then we'll kind of get talking a little bit more into what we're talking about as far as that change. A lot of back testing into what I'm talking about. Let's take a look. Yala, JMIA. I remember these being top ticks, and I remember. See, I'm getting better at this. I've been saving my all my screenshots. All right, let's find. So I can show you that silly DKNG trade. This is what it looked like. As you can see, started that thing just a tad too early, right? And I do remember. Let's actually go back to that real quick. I remember having these 2 lines, and that was actually why I started this thing. I want to say they were on the 15-minute chart. Pull this over here. If we scroll, I need to just save this one time. All right. So the move was here, and I remember drawing lines. 50, Well, it was like 70. So yeah, look, there's one of the lines right here. Look how many times this thing got touched. Just a bunch. And then I believe I drew the second line right. It was, yeah, like right here. Like, look how many times this was used as support, resistance in here, support again. So those were the two lines I had drawn. So then when this thing was moving up, you can see why I might have started there. And it was a nice, big, intense move as well at the same time. It was a good setup. It just so happened that we were wrong, and we started this thing just a tad early. All right, let's see. The Yala trade, that's right. Let's scroll up or scroll back. We'll go backwards. Where is Yala? This one was just a straight up top tick. Probably could have looked to get more out of it, but it gave us 50% of the move, right? And it gave us our take profit. So I was pretty happy with that one. JMIA. This one was this one actually kind of worked out the way it was supposed to. So this is actually a pretty good example of what we're going to talk about tonight. So JMIA actually looks like it made a little move at the bell today. I feel like this was one of the first stocks I ever traded, and I feel like it was like $1 something when I traded it, or like under 10. Actually, here I can just look at the daily. I traded it back. It would have been late August of 2018. Come on. Why is it not letting me go back any further? Why is it not letting me go back any further? I know this is the ticker. Come on. Oh, what a bummer. Why is this doing this? There we go. Oh, nope. All right, let's try this real quick. Because now I'm interested. And I could just check the journal, but sometimes the dash charts just like don't let you go back for some reason. I don't understand why. Man, this is not letting us do it either. What the heck? This is not a new IPO, is it? JMIA? All right, I guess I'm just gonna check the journal. Hold on. Da, 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 da. Come on. Let's see, open date. TNX, oh, it was JMU. Okay, so maybe where's JMU? That was at $2 when I traded. Yeah, it's at 80 cents. Okay. Alrighty, never mind. My bad. Let's X that out. Where were we? Not Yala. What was the other one? Alright. Make sure we got this right. Alright. JMIA. Alright. 2 minutes. Not JMI. Come on. Need to add an A in there. We can do it. There we go. Alright. So this was on Wednesday. On this move here. What was our first entry? I remember this being a little bit of a grinder. I just remember trading because I wanted to trade. Let's see, 36.29 or 36.92. I mean, so let's see, 36.92. All right, so felt the jiggle here on this nice big move up. Had previous resistance, kind of, sorta, right here, as well as down here. And then felt the jiggle, tried to come down, right? We were in the green for a little bit, and then it went higher. So we let this thing go, and it makes this top. And what we did, right, typically, after it makes this top, say we got those ads, one was at, where was it? 36, 32, or 37? 37.25 and 37.38. 25 and 38. And I'm pretty positive this one was on the way up, the 25, and the 38 was on the way back down over here and on this fake break. So typically we'd get, say, this ad, it would come up, make a high, try to come down, and then it would go back up, and we'd have our stop at high of day. Well, look at that. That would have stopped us out. Was this 3760.99, and then this went 3762. So basically a penny. We would have got stopped out by a penny. But the idea is to let this go and make a new high if it wants to, and then if it doesn't reject and come back down, so if it makes this high here, if this wants to continue, set a new high, and then start to work its way down. Now, if it were to make a new high, we would have our high of day stop there, right? So we're basically giving it that chance to have a fake break and looking for this move back down, which is exactly what it gave us, right? That's what we're looking for on a fake break, or if it wants to try to go through, and maybe on some less volume, let it make a new high. And if that comes down, we're giving it that one last shot. Because basically what I was figuring out is over the course of many of my trades, I was getting stopped out on that last little push. And it's so funny, Brian was telling me over and over again, and it's like I just didn't want to hear it, that he would always say the same thing. It's almost like they know, right? It's almost like they know. So the high's here on this candle, and it's almost like they know that everyone's putting their stop loss there after a pullback if they're going short. It's almost like they know. So what do? Almost every time they go up there, they push it back up, and they eat all that liquidity and then let it fall, right? Because now they have the liquidity. They realized, okay, that's probably the top. Well, let's push this thing back up and get all of those shares where people are like, well, I'm not going to let it go back to high of day, and then we'll let it drop, right? Because now we're the ones that are benefiting from it the most. And I can't tell you how many times, if we go back and look at all my trades that I've top ticked, and I could probably actually pull up most of them, and maybe we will in a little bit, but it's been happening very frequently. And it's always happened that way. I can't tell you how many times throughout my life or throughout my trading career where I've been like, I just can't let it go high of day because I don't want to risk the ones where it does go through and pushes and pushes and pushes, and then we get stopped out. But if you go back and take all the times that it did go up and fake out and come back down where you would have made money, just one or two of those times would pay for that one time where it just continues, right? And if it's happening over and over and over and over again, say I could have ended up not losing and actually making money 20 times from it doing that, right? So instead of losing, say, $20 versus 40 if it goes up to the max loss, but instead I'm making, say, $10 to $20 each time, that's a $30 to $40 swing. So right there, that $30 to $40 swing would make up for that one time where it goes up the extra 20 and stops me out at the max loss. Does that make sense? So if it's doing that tenfold over time, that's going to easily pay for itself, right? And that also goes back to Brian, or even Warren Buffett for that matter. Just don't lose, right? That's one of the best piece of advice that you can have, is just don't lose. So if you can have that mindset that you're willing to take the risk, that extra risk, because you know that this is going to happen a lot, then you're going to find that maybe it works a little bit more than you thought. And JMIA was one of those cases. And I remember saying in the room when JMIA happened that I felt so good about it, because I was like, okay, I put this plan into action and it worked. Like, it was a confidence builder. And then to see it happen on DK and G the same day, right? This was the same day. It was just unfortunate. I started this thing early, so I couldn't let it do its thing. But it did the exact same thing, right? It tried to push higher, set a new high, and then failed. So it would have worked. It was just unfortunate that we started this thing way early. It seems a lot of times, and it's just, again, screen time, sitting here seeing the market over and over again, that one of the patterns you see is a big move, tries to pull back, and when it does go higher, you usually get that one more push, and that's usually when you finally get that pullback, right? People try to push it higher. Usually, and this is kind of another thing I've noticed too, is that second push will be on less volume. And that's usually another good tell sign that it's not going to go higher, right? If the volume is decreasing as the price goes up even higher versus that first time, like if it pushes through highs on less volume, it's usually a pretty good indication that you're going to get a nice little fail afterwards. Okay. Tom and Brian, maybe they do know. Well, yeah, they definitely know. The market makers can see all the stop orders in the order book, can't they? Yeah, yes. Yes, they can. JU? Yes, they can. It is by design. Yep. And, you know, you're taught, and it seems right to put your stop at high of day, right? If it breaks that level, there's a good chance it could just skyrocket again, right? It could be a breakout, and it could shoot up against you. But I can't tell you how many times, especially recently, like I'm talking like the last 6 months, that it goes, yeah, sure, it goes a little bit more, but then it just ultimately ends up coming right back. And I think I'm finally starting to have, like, I feel like I've had this light bulb moment 100 times, but to actually figure out a way to stop not fixing the issue along with it, it just seems so practical. Okay, well, it made a high. If it's trying to, like right here on DKNG, if it made a high and it's trying to pull back, well, if it goes higher, it's obviously not done yet. So I don't want to be in this trade anymore. But that was just, I was writing the trade off right then and there. I'd be like, okay, it stopped me out, I'm done. And sometimes it would go higher, and then sometimes it would do this, and then sometimes it would, you know, fake out by a couple pennies and then drop alt to low a day, you know, throughout the rest of the day. And it took a while for me to be like, you know what, maybe I need to start watching my trades after I'm out of them. And that was kind of a big step for me, is because I would never do that. I would never stop and say, well, I'm out of the trade. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I would never stop and say, I'm out of the trade, let me keep watching this chart. Sometimes I would keep watching it, like if it broke out, and I'd be like, okay, well, I want to try to get back into this. But there was never any part of me that was like, okay, I don't want to trade this thing anymore, so there's a reason for me to keep watching it? No, I never thought that way. But recently, I've been like, you know what? Let me go back test some of these things and see how many times does this stop me out and then come back down? How many times does this stop me out and then keep going? How many times does this stop me out and just kind of go sideways the rest of the day? And I started to realize there was a pattern where it looks just like this. A lot of the times it would stop me out, go up a little bit higher, and then fade, or fail, and then go back up, or, you know, because there's going to be times, I actually think DKNG did that, right? Didn't it go back up later? Nope, it actually faded the rest of the day. But there are times where it'll do this, and then you'll get that big drop off, and then it'll kind of find support, whether it's VWAP or just a common area, a previous support, whatever it may be, previous resistance, and it'll kind of curl its way back up and then, you know, just grind the rest of the day. But it's usually after that morning kind of pullback kind of thing. So, all right, let me catch up real quick. Yeah. Nails the breakout guys and the weak shorts. Yeah, Kim, and the worst part is I've known about this. Like, I've known that like, that's the market maker's job, right? It's their job to find liquidity, right? So it's just, I don't know. I can't believe it's really kind of taken this long for it to kind of click in my head. And it's not even like a huge breakthrough, and we're not even sure if it's going to work. But it is something that I'm willing to try, especially after going back and looking at all of these charts and realizing that there is something there. So whether we can actually take advantage of it or not is a different story. So we'll find out. When if you use hard stops, your broker might send them to the floor. Depends on how smart your broker is. A little bit of a fight there at the top too. Well, I mean, I would only assume there's going to be a fight on pretty much everything. I am hearing some. It's the TV. Over and over, you will see stop runs and buy stop runs. They know where the orders are. Yeah. Brad, what's up, man? Welcome. Everybody hit that like button if you're here. I see 17 of you. I only see 11 likes. Let's get some more people in here. I would hope to get back up towards that 30 mark so that we can actually give the ISW scanners to somebody new and somebody who really needs them, somebody who can appreciate them. Last week, I think we only had 2 people enter. And Brad, I feel so bad because the guy, Boytz, who you ended up giving it to, he never hit me up. So I was like, yo, what the heck? But all right, let's continue. Let's continue. JMIA, we just went over that one. Yeah. RCKT. So yeah, then we had a string of losses here. See if we can look at them in here. See if the charts. See if we can get the charts to look good. I've noticed for some reason, and I don't know why. Oh, they're there. I was like, they weren't coming up. I actually remember really liking this chart on RCKT. Started this one pretty early. It's just so much easier to look at them on here. What was this today? Made another move today? Or no, this was the 9th. Is this when we traded it? It was. Okay. So 53.96. Jeez. Jeez, we started this thing way early. 54? Oh, that's right. This is the halt, the one that halted. Yeah, we actually got we actually shorted this into the halt because it looked like it felt like it wasn't gonna halt, and then it did. But yeah, and then we actually put an order out at, I think it was 50, I want to say it was like 50.55 or something like that. And yeah, it didn't quite get down there. At 51.64, I was like, well, maybe we'll jump out of the halt and try to, you know, retest that 50 area, because this was at 50.37, and it did try. A lot of people sold off there, but yeah. But out of the halt, we were like, oh, ugh, ouch. This thing kind of ran, and then we where did we get the ad at? 61.24. 61.24, close enough. So this was another instance where we got the ad, and we didn't actually have to wait for this one, but this is kind of what I'm talking about, where it made a high, and we started this thing relatively small because, right, this thing was going absolutely nuts, and I saw the range that it had, and so we started this thing pretty small. So when it ran like this, we were actually still fine. We were only halfway to our max loss. And so when we got our ad, obviously when it goes up now, we kind of cut that max loss in half from where it was, right? Because we're doubling our share size. So when it made this high, we were basically saying, okay, we'll try to get the pullback. And actually, where did we get our first coverage so I don't talk too crazy? It was actually pretty soon after that. Okay, 57.50. 57.50. What was our average? Average was 57.60. So okay, so I was taking some off there, break even, and I can see why. It came down and it was bouncing here. I remember. I feel I can like remember trading this now. It was just bouncing right at or below our average, and we just ended up saying, okay, well, we're not going to let this fully go against us. If it wants to go back up, we'll give it that shot, but at least we'll have the shares that we added off, and now our average is up a little bit higher. So if it goes up, we can get those back up, and then we can bring our average up even higher if we want to add again. But as you can see, that never happened. And why did we I don't know why we stopped out. Maybe because I just didn't want to let it go all the way against the 60.65. Oh, I remember this. I remember saying I'm going to trail the top of these candles down, and I had it set right above this one. Yep, because you can see that's right above this. And as I was getting ready to move it down to this candle here, the top of this candle, it made this move and stopped us out right here on the top of this candle. Where, you know, theoretically we could have let it go high of day. Yeah, I don't know why. I think I was just scared because of how early we were. It would make sense, even though we actually had a pretty decent average considering the move. I was actually surprised at how well this thing held up too. Because I remember thinking to myself, I wanted, you know, the halt price. I was thinking when we first got that ad, I was like, man, I really want that halt price. But I remember saying when we took off that half at our break even that I wasn't really letting it go. Yeah, oh well. That's kind of a I got scared type trade. I wasn't willing to accept the risk. And unfortunately, I almost kind of top ticked that bounce, but oh well. It should make Brian sad. Nobody wants me. Alright, let's go to the next one here. FSLY. I believe this one was just a simple. Yeah. I'm actually curious if this was a good example of what I was talking about. Let's see. Where did we start this? 96.40 at 10:15. 96.40. I'm assuming this is 10:50. No, it was over here. Well, that can't be right. I'm assuming it was this candle. Why does it say 11:06? This says 10:15. Am I on the wrong day? Oh, December 8th. Yeah, I'm on the wrong day. Go back one day. There we go. That looks like it makes more sense. No, this is the same day. Come on, Das. There we go. All right. So there's our entry, 96.40 at 10:16. All right. So it looks like we tried to backside this one. Was it 10? I thought it said 10:15. This thing's being 10:15.10. Price wasn't there at 10:15.10, right? The start of, I guess it was the end of this candle. So yeah, it could have been. So it looks like we tried to play the backside of this move, which is fine. But I mean, typically when I try to play the backside of a move, I will just put the stop at high of day. Either we're right or we're wrong kind of thing. So the thing with this one though, if you look at the move it made, it was kind of grindy. I mean, look at the 9, it was just kind of riding it up. So not my typical play. And as you can see, look at the volume. It just kept increasing and increasing. So that was kind of a sign. This was just kind of a bad trade, to be honest, in hindsight. Should have never been in this one in the first place. So I'm glad we only took a small loss on it. Just took a right or right out trade there. Plug. Oh yeah, plug. So this was a grinder as well, and I remember being really pissed about this one. Because I don't know why. I had such conviction that this one was going to work. I don't know why, but I did. I just remember hitting the backside. I just felt really good in the trade, and then we ended up being wrong. 26.04, and then we hit the backside right under that. So let's see, 26.04. Close enough. So it was this pop here. I mean, look at this extension away from previous resistance. It was pretty much nothing. Didn't really have anything else to go off of either. It was just grinding up to that point. I don't know, honestly, I don't know what was going on here. But ended up getting in. It tried to go a little bit higher. And then we hit it again on the break of 26 on this candle here, basically bottom ticking it. And it tried to go back up and then dumped. Or it dumped and then got bought back up. And that's when I was like, ah, crap. And then I remember stopping out at high day because I was like, because this is... I believe this might have been one of the trades that was like, did it again. And like, like it was kind of like a last straw kind of thing. But as you can see, I mean, look, it was kind of right. We were convicted. I don't even know what if I was looking for more. I don't know what was going on here. Cause I mean, it even went to the previous resistance. Like it went right to that 9. It actually gave the full move back, right? From what I would call the extension back to I don't know. I didn't take any off there, got bought up, went to high day, and as you can see, that was a fake out, and then it went even lower after that, right? Again, tried to come down, got bought up, went a little bit higher, and then boom, right? Got stuffed down. And then as you can see, it did get bought up and grinded even more, but just how many times do you see that happen? It just goes high of day and then goes back down. It happens all the time. I mean, again, I shouldn't have been in this move to begin with, but... You know, I wish you guys would talk B into doing a live stream with me, because I would have him on a heartbeat, and he knows that. So that's really up to you guys. Start a petition. Let him know. Everyone here be like, yo, B, we need a live stream with you. And maybe he'll do it. Who knows? I've tried, so I need the power of the people to step in on this one. VFF was our next trade. This looks like it was a small loser. I mean, here's another example. Was this on the 8th too? Yeah, okay. All right, so this is actually a great example. Let's see when we started this thing. 10 o'clock, 11 boners. 11 boners, that was bad. Did I say 11:10 or 11? I think it was 11, like a 1. Yes, it came out of my mouth. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me, I have sinned. All right, so 11:01 on this candle here. Started to come back down. Started to grind. Ascending triangle type bull flag, whatever the heck you want to call it. Stop out at high of day. Right? What did it do? Went high of day, went a little bit higher, and then ultimately did this. Again, and look at it, did it on less volume. I'm telling you, this is one of the key signs that I miss a lot, because I'm so focused on, okay, it made high of day, have a decent entry, and I didn't get any on the wash. It comes back up, high of day, I'm just going to stop out. And how many times does it do this? Like, it just happens over and over again. You see it. Makes the push, pulls back, tries to push higher, gets rejected, and fades off, right? On less volume. Does it all the time. East Coast meets West Coast. I mean, I'm just saying. Brian, can you imagine Brian, the introvert that he is, trying to run a voice chat? I mean, to be completely honest, if Brian wanted to run some sort of voice chat in ISW, I'd run it for him. Just saying. But the thing is, nobody would care what I'm saying. They'd all want Brian to be the one talking. Devin would have to get a free membership, because I know he ain't gonna pay to be in there. Yep, there's Brian's reaction. Didn't see that one coming. All right, what do we got next? PDD. Oh, I feel like I remember this one. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I remember starting PDD a little early, and then I didn't get out for some reason. I don't know if I was just being stubborn. PDD, we started this one at 154, basically. Right under 154 right there. It's a pretty good entry, right? Good move, and you can see it struggled. And I just kept telling myself, it kept making like these little higher highs each candle. And it tried to pull back one last time, and I remember telling myself, I was like, I should probably stop out right here. And I don't know, I just didn't do it. And then it went a little bit higher. I believe we added on the back side of this move here. Oops, sorry. 157.21 at 9:48. 157.21 at 9:48. Yeah. So we added on this candle here. So we let it make a new high, and then we added on the break of this candle here. I remember telling myself that's what we were doing. We were waiting for the backside, letting it do its thing. So that gave us a good average. Put us right around this area. And as you can see, it tried to pull down to it. I remember telling myself I was just trying to get out break even. I was looking for the break of 156. Actually, I'm pretty sure our average was 156. Let me look. 155. Nope, 155.59. So maybe we were looking for that break down here. But I remember telling myself I was trying to get out break even. And you can see it did get pretty close, but not quite. But again, this is all pretty much one move up, right? This was kind of the first real attempt at a pullback. Went higher, right? Broke high of day, went higher, and then had the real pullback. So one move, pullback, one move, and then there it is. I mean, how often does this happen? It happens all the time. And I'm starting to see why Brian makes so much freaking money. Because even if he were to start down here, he can wait for this possibility. Now, I'm pretty sure if it breaks this high of day, that's when Brian's like, okay, shit ain't working. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Brian. I don't think I can talk and trade at the same time. Yeah, probably not. It's a skill. It's definitely a skill that you acquire. I was actually just talking about in my Discord earlier today. I was thinking about going live again for trading in the mornings for a bunch of different reasons. I feel obligated days pretty much every day to stop trading so that I can have time to make the video and then try to go do the other things that I want to do, as well as trying to kind of get ahead of myself for the rest of the day. And I was telling myself, if I just trade live again, I won't have to do that. I could literally just let the video process and then go back and kind of mark the trades for the day. I don't have to do any editing and all that good stuff. And then if I want, I could then take that extra time to focus on maybe adding additional value to the channel with, you know, like actual videos and not just trade recaps and the live trading. So the live trading will always be there. It's kind of something I'm interested in getting back into. I'm not going to do it next week, but I am thinking about maybe giving it a test run the week after, which is actually Christmas, isn't it? It is. Jeez. It's crazy. That's what GDT would do. He would try to let it pull back. I honestly, it's been so long since I've watched GDT, I can't even tell you what he used to do. I know he would always feel okay adding into a position until that at least there was some kind of a pullback. I don't know if he waited to let it make a second pullback, but I mean, maybe he did. I don't know. Sometimes I can't even think straight when trading, not to mention talking. You know, it's funny. I actually have found talking while I trade a good thing. It's actually allowed me to talk through my trades. So, because sometimes when you're just thinking, a million thoughts can run through your head. But if you're talking to yourself and you know your strategy, your edge that you're trying to implement, you can try to talk yourself through it so that you don't break your rules, you know, follow your strategy. Make sure you do those things by talking out loud. I've actually found that it's helped me quite a bit. No GDT would sit there adding. He'd wait out the craziest rips. Oh, you're saying like he would just stop adding and he would just wait? Like he would stop adding here and just let it do this and then wait for it to come back down. I do remember a few charts like that. But I believe that's because he was already in his full size. Like he didn't want to add any more size. All right. I think we only have a few more trades because, like I said, we're only here for 3 days. Yeah, I think this might be the last one. Good old Myrna, mRNA. This was actually a top tick, so there was really nothing to really look at on this one. Where did we get in? 170. Yeah, we pretty much top tick this one. We were in at 170 on this initial push. This one was just a standard, felt the jiggle. And I believe we caught most of this move. I think we took half off on this one. Yeah, we actually tried. We only had 5 shares, but we tried taking half. Hey, it still works. As you guys can see, I have it designed to where I'm trying to make the same amount of money on each trade, regardless of the range, regardless of the price of the ticker. So that has been something that I feel like I've figured out pretty well at this point. 169 and then 168 or 167.50. Cover there, it was right below there, and then 167.50. Yeah, I just remember it washed. It started to bounce, right? You can see it started to bounce. It took some off. Of course, it was probably on this candle here. Basically top ticked that, thinking it might try to go higher, and then it just washed. Like, I just remember it just dropped. I was like, well, I got to take that. And as you can see, we were right? It ended up coming all the way back up here. And tried a couple times, but ultimately ended up coming back down. Yeah, that boy is cheap and makes a killing. Who we talk? I'm so confused. Who we talking about there? I don't want to get my peoples messed up. You like that, Kim? That's such a random find, too. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put the green screen up. I'm going to find a background, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this, and I just threw it up there. I really like it, too, hence I still have it. It'll probably be... Actually, I don't know what my background would be if I started trading live. Oh, we did have another trade. Fate. This looks like a top tick that maybe didn't work out like we wanted it to. Looks like a little bit of a grinder. Is this on the 8th too? No, this is on the 7th. Fate. So this is an interesting one. Didn't play it over here for whatever reason. But this is actually kind of what I was talking about. So this one would have been a stop out if we would have played it on this candle, right? Made a high, came back down, came up, right? Made a new high, tried to pull back. It even tried to get down into these levels, got bought up twice and went up and went high of day again. I don't know why I did that one. Oops. So this actually would have been a stop out for us. Granted, if we started it, say, in this area and then got to add here, average would have probably been somewhere around here. So, I mean, if you started it real early, I mean, it really would have been kind of crappy. Like if you started this thing here on this first jiggle and then say got to add here. So your average, if you would have got to add up there as well, your average probably would have been right around here. So that actually would have been a pretty tough trade. Where did we start this? Just out of curiosity. 87.83. That was up here near the top. So yeah, we actually kind of got lucky on this one. Look at that. Each time it broke high of day too. Lower volume, lower volume, lower volume. I don't know why we didn't play it until here. I don't know. Maybe we just missed it here. Maybe we just had the chart up and we saw it make this break. Honestly don't know, to be completely honest. Ended up being a decent trade though. And that was the last one. So yeah, fate. So yeah, it ended up being a pretty crappy week. Considering we only traded 3 days, obviously lost some money. But made up for it. I tell you what, yesterday and today, you know, as much as I wanted to be trading because I love trading, I wasn't even thinking about it. Just, I don't know if, I don't think I posted any pictures. No, I didn't. I just posted them to the Discord, which you should join, by the way. And by the way, TraderSync, I just did, that was actually the videos I put out yesterday and today. If you guys are interested, I did a whole video just kind of scratching the surface of what this is capable of. I am affiliated with them, so I have their link down in the description if you're interested. But yeah, these guys are awesome. Let me change this back to when we started on my birthday. You guys can kind of see my overall. I hit the wrong. There we go. So yeah, kind of took a little hit last. Kind of got like a little fake out breakout going on up here, right? But nothing we can't recover from. Just was kind of a crappy 2 weeks. We actually had that one big loser day back here. Started to make it back, and then we had 2 losing days in a row, which always sucks, right? Kind of the ebb and flow, but I still feel like we're doing just fine. If it wasn't for that one DKNG trade, that would be looking a lot different, right? It would still be heading right back up to the highs, but unfortunately that one kind of got us. But the toys background? Oh. Yeah. Well, that's not here for a little while. As far as me talking, it would be ticker, starting, money on the way, then things like don't lose or buy low, sell high. I'm not that entertaining. Whip me, beat me. I'm loving it. Yeah. I don't know if that'd be appropriate. I don't know if we would know you're talking about the stocks, or, you know, it might be a little awkward there, Brian. I mean, you could tell that to me in Discord, you know. I'm just, but, you know, maybe not a bunch of people. Let me find some of the pictures real quick. Oops. From why is that not working? Let me just scroll up because I know they're pretty close. The Discord search feature is pretty cool, and then sometimes it just doesn't want to work at all. Right there. Is that gonna? Let me just do it this way. Really? What a pain. Just do it this way. I mean, it's not going to be that big. It's going to be hard for you guys to see, but this is what we were doing. They have a park down at the ocean by us, and they fill it with lights every year. And usually, and keep in mind, these are like 20, 30 feet tall. Like if I was standing next to this thing, I wouldn't even be like as tall as this green banner right here, or a green like overhang. These things are tall. Like that tree, this is the main tree that they have up front. I would say that's literally as tall as this building. I mean, you can kind of see that it is. And that building is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 or 6 stories. And plus it has that up top, so like 70, 80 feet. Here's my my oldest. Gonna be the future day trader. Him and his little monster feet. Love that kid. But yeah, that was what we were doing yesterday night. Great time. And so when you do that stuff, I mean, that's kind of one of the main reasons I'm trading in the first place, is just to be able to hopefully provide a type of financial freedom to just do that kind of stuff and just never think about the money, right? It's the whole point of what I'm after, is to be able to get so far ahead with just finance, money, just to get it to a point where it just doesn't matter. You guys want to go to Iceland for summer vacation this year? Okay, let's do it. Like that's the kind of stuff. That was one of the big goals of mine, was when I first started trading, was I want to be able to provide that financial freedom to do everything that I necessarily wasn't able to do growing up, like explore, travel. Like I was able to travel, just not like out of country and in a minivan. But you guys get my idea. I'm not gonna get all sappy on you guys. I enjoyed watching the talk during my ISW 2 weeks. You're so freaking fast, plenty entertaining. Yeah, our chat's not too clean at times, that's for sure. Literally, that's what she's. Oh geez, here we go. That was my dumbass pick down by the river. I saw the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, because of the SGMO trade. Oh, man. Brian, look what you started. Don't get my mom talking dirty, man. She doesn't stop. And then she gets this like weird snort laugh going. And you can't stop it. Kim, I've absolutely loved it. I mean, I know that CMEG, and I've always called it, the offshore brokers, I've called them necessary evils. But the quicker you can get over to somewhere like Interactive Brokers, man, it's such a difference. I highly recommend anyone that is trading offshore to do your best to just save up your money, work your ass off, save up your money so that you can again, just because you have a $25,000-$30,000 account does not mean you have to trade like you have a $25,000-$30,000 account. I'm not, right? I have a $30,000 account. I'm trading like I still have the CMEG $5,000 account. There's nothing wrong with that. But Interactive Brokers is just so much better in so many ways, right? They have the shorts available. Occasionally that, you know, somewhere like CMEG doesn't. The commission structure is obviously a lot better. You have the ACH, so if you want to put money in, take money out kind of thing for free, it's available, or, you know, like no questions asked. It's so different. It really is. But again, I understand. I was one of those people that if you want to day trade and get around the PDT rule, the offshore broker thing is kind of necessary. And not everyone has $25,000-$30,000 laying around. I didn't. I had to save up for it. So, but I do highly encourage that you do, right? So, yeah, it's been pretty nice. Sorry, Thomas. Wasn't jealous at first, but the trades I've missed, because yeah, there's actually been. It's funny because Thomas and Devin both had brought up saying that there hasn't really been that many trades that I've taken because I've had shares that they haven't. And then of course, like right after they said that, like in the last week or two, there's been a bunch. It's kind of funny. It's funny how that works. Did you buy the Dash Trader Pro software to use it with IB? Yes. Yeah, CMEG did have a ton of shorts today. I remember coming in late and Devin was like, yeah, we had shorts on this, we had shorts on that. And I was obviously following you guys in the Discord throughout the day. On Cobra? No, I do not, sorry. I know most of the guys in the Discord with me trade on CMEG. Me and Brian are mostly Interactive Brokers. David is also Interactive Brokers. Tom is on TradeStation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's really all that we're using. NK, or yeah, it was NH. Yeah, that was the one that like went absolutely nuts, wasn't it? It doesn't look too bad. That was a really nice pullback on the first move, though. 5 all the way back down to $4. Yeah, TradeStation was actually one that I was looking into when I was coming over to a US broker. Because I really like the idea of the trading matrix, but I didn't feel comfortable with their shorts. Yeah, just like Tom said, TradeStation just doesn't have the shorts. I really almost between Interactive Brokers, Lightspeed, and TradeStation. Those were my final 3 as far as US brokers, and then I just ended up going with Interactive Brokers because I had Brian saying, bro, like they have all the shorts, and that was the number one thing that I was after, was the most shorts available. So Interactive Brokers had that going for it. It had DOS, which I absolutely love DOS. That's what I was using for CMEG. I've tried using things like Sterling, didn't like it, went right back to DOS. I can't imagine using anything other than DOS. So, and then with TradeStation, I would have had to switch to theirs. But again, they had that trading matrix, which I was pretty interested in using. And then Lightspeed is kind of like DOS, but it's like its own little weird version of it. So I would have had to have adjusted there. So Interactive Brokers, just like everything kind of just fell into place. And their commission structure is really good at Interactive Brokers. So IB, you can trade. Yeah, Interactive Brokers, you can literally trade from market open to market close. So 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Like from literally the minute it opens to the minute it closes. Yeah, IB you can trade options, you have futures, you have everything. IB you can literally trade whatever you want. Yeah, this first move on NH was nice. I definitely feel like I would have played this. What was the float on this? Does anybody know offhand? All right, I have ISW open. I can look. It's actually not showing the float, but it says 111 shares outstanding, million shares outstanding. So I would assume, damn, that thing traded 96 million today. Yeah, look at the real volume. The real volume didn't even come in until later. That's crazy. You can trade international markets too. Jeez. I guess you just need the data feed, right? That's the only thing. I was actually, I think, I'm pretty sure it was Brian. That was probably like a year ago now, saying how awesome would it be to just use ISW scanners in all the markets. And I know that you're not going to get the same amount of moves, but you know, hey, say you're like a night owl and you're just chilling here at 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, it can't hurt to give it a peek, right? If it doesn't cost that much more. But yeah, I don't know how much that would cost on the back end for Brian, and I'm pretty sure Brian doesn't really need to trade more than just the US market. I'm sure he likes trading, and in normal circumstances having the rest of the day to himself, but as of lately he's been just trading all day. ISW World, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I know someone was bugging him to do it for futures for a little while. Do you need data just to enter orders? I literally would just need an order entry box. I don't think so, Tom. Or maybe? I don't know. I don't think you need data for level 1. I think it just gives you level 1. I don't know why it did that, Mom, but good night. ISW World. That would be pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't think you need data for the orders. Yeah, there you go, Tom. Do international markets generally follow the same rules and patterns that US market does? It would be hard to figure out the move based on time of day. I mean, why wouldn't it? Emotions are emotions, right? Technical patterns are technical patterns. You'd be surprised. I'm pretty sure most of the people trading the US market are probably the same people trading those markets too. Look how many people that don't live in the United States trade the United States market. I mean, granted, we're the biggest market, but there's a lot of people from Canada, a lot of people from UK that trade the US market. So I'm assuming they also probably trade their own markets. But there's a reason they come to the US markets, because the liquidity, the moves happen more frequently. That's what I'm saying. It's almost, it depends. That's why having something like the ISW scanners set up on that would be valuable. You could sit here and just do whatever you want and just have that in the background. You hear something going off, you could just pull it up, right? You wouldn't have to actually sit there and watch the markets. You may not know this, but I'm assuming IB Lite is not direct to market. Yeah, IB Lite is their version of the free commissions. So they're definitely selling your order flow there. So there's no way that's direct to market. And on IB Lite, you can't use a broker, or not broker, a platform. You have to use their website. So it's not like E-Trade or Thinkorswim where you have, or TDA where you have Thinkorswim, and E-Trade has their downloadable platform, and you can trade free commissions even though it's not direct to market. But that's how it works with IB Lite. They don't even have the platform. You have to do everything via the website. Yeah, but Keegan, I don't know if that's the truth, since well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say, because he already uses IB for trading, but he doesn't. He actually uses TradeStation. So yeah, you might actually be right. Sorry about it's my little rocket ship air blower thing. I just saw some stuff on my keyboard. I was trying to get it out. Amazu, good morning. For what it's worth, it literally is a pay-to-play game. If it's free, they're screwing you in a different way. Yep. I was just talking to somebody that's from Canada, and they were using TDA. And little did I know, I thought that TDA went free commissions for everybody. But if you live in Canada, they never went to free commissions in Canada for TDA. So he was using Thinkorswim, and he had, I don't know if he assumed that they were free or just like he didn't know that they were charging as much as they were, but they were still charging him the $4.95 a ticket. And this is a guy that was trading 50, 60 times a day. Like 50 to 60 tickets a day. And so yeah, at the end of the month he came back to a hefty little bill. Yeah, there's a lot of people, Tom. Like Tom says, so I'll be honest about that trade station. You can have direct to market with commissions, or you can use their smart route. I've messed with both and cannot notice a difference. I'm fine paying commissions if it's worth it. Some places that's been the case, but then there's times like on TDA, Thinkorswim, you've seen the videos where all it takes is one, I guess, where it just hangs up and doesn't fill you, and it just floats and floats and floats and then finally fills you after the price already went way further against you. I've seen the same videos for E-Trade. I haven't seen any for TradeStation, and I've even seen some for who was the other one? I can't even remember who the other one was. There was one more, one of the main guys. Was it Charles Schwab? Maybe, I don't know. But when they all went that, free commissions route, there was a lot of bugs, not bugs per se, but I guess them trying to sell the order flow wasn't always working as fast as maybe it usually does. I don't honestly, I don't know how all that works, but Jonathan in the house, what's up, man? How you doing? Hopefully that's right, the meetings don't start until next year. I keep thinking of missing those meetings, but I'm not just yet. Yeah, let's get to 20 likes. There's 19 of you in here. You got 17. Oh, there's 20 of you in here. Let's get 20 likes. I'm assuming there's some people that already liked it that have left, so some of you new guys maybe haven't. We're going to be doing that giveaway here in about, I'm going to start it in about 10 minutes. So if you're interested in the ISW team package for a week, make sure you stick around. We're going to be doing the giveaway at 10:30. I'm clicking that button at 10:30, so if you want to take part of that, you know what? Let's actually get the list started now, and we'll build up to it since we're not necessarily doing anything else right now. So I'll obviously keep this going, but if you are interested in the Team ISW package for a week, completely free, it's, if you do the math, it's like $70 value, but it's priceless. The amount of information that you can get out of Brian in a week is worth way more than $70. It's probably worth like $1,000+. But he is so kind and wants to help and loves doing these giveaways because it lets you guys into the world of ISW. It lets you guys understand what you're missing on a daily basis. So the number 27, as always, type it in the chat. We cannot have previous winners, but thankfully so far we only have 2 of those, and that's Sammy Sharma and Boitstat. They are the only 2 that cannot win. So if you did not hear your name on that list, feel free to put number 27 into the chat, and you'll have your chance to win coming up here in about 20 minutes. Alrighty. So what's everybody got planned for the weekend? Has anybody got anything cool planned for the weekend? I know that I am going to be making the DOS tutorial video on charts. It's going to be an interesting one. I have a lot of stuff written down. I haven't recorded it yet. I'm going to record it probably tomorrow. maybe. Not sure. We'll see. Speaking of which, I actually had some shirts printed out. It's kind of hard to see the volatility because they screwed it up. This is a hoodie. It's freaking amazingly comfortable, by the way. But this was supposed to be gray, but it was supposed to be like a lighter gray. But it came out, it was like a darker gray than it shows on the website. So the black of the volatility obviously kind of blends into it. A little disappointed with that, but there was they tried to help fix it for the most part. I'm actually just waiting. They're gonna send me a white one, but they're out of stock on white at the moment. So 20, oh sweet. Jonathan's always my likes guy. If I ever need likes, I just call Jonathan, and I get him in here, and he just gets me all the likes that I need. I'm working on the average line. I have, believe it or not, an inside guy now at DAS who is a guy that does a lot of the testing for them. And that has been put up on his priority list because he's kind of annoyed that he can't figure out how to do it himself. So he thinks that he had to spin that one off to the developers. And so that's something me and Brian have both wanted, and so we're really looking forward to getting that. All right, guys, what you see on your screen, if you're just joining, if you want a chance at the ISW Team Package Scanners, $70 value, worth way more than that, but if you really break it down by price, that's what it's worth. We're giving it away for free. No repeat winners, but we only have 2 repeat possibilities, and I don't think either of them are here tonight. So if you are interested, all you gotta do is type 27 into the chat, and I'll put you on this wheel. And at 10:30, we're gonna be doing the spin. So we got about 18 minutes. DASA average, I'll show you. Tip your bellman. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think that it's that hard to do, but like he was describing to me, they get so many emails from people asking for these types of features, whether it be something like this or, you know, whatever it may be. So they have to sit there and kind of pick and choose, like, what is going to be worth our time to sit here and code this into DAS, and like how many people would use it, you know, blah, 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 blah. And to me, I don't quite understand, because you have the ability to draw a line, right? You have the ability to right click, config it, and put the price in. There's just no way to make that a hotkey, right? So the hot, you scared me. What's up, buddy? What's wrong? No? Okay. So you have the ability to draw. You have the hotkey, right? You can sit here and make as many hotkeys. You can even make hotkeys to draw different color lines, solid, like different lines. You can actually do that. So to me, it makes no sense that you can't make one to draw it at your average, right? Especially because if you bring up a montage, hold on one sec. So if we bring up a montage, we have the ability to put stops at break even. You can do all kinds of different things, like with your average, right? It has the price equals stop price equals average cost. So all we really need is a way to say draw a horizontal line equals average cost or something like that. But it's just, they don't have, like, they have everything already in DAS. We just don't have a way to script it together. So that's kind of the problem that we're running into. But yeah, so it should be something easy, but again, I'm not a coder, so I don't know if they'd have to actually go through and do this stuff. But yeah. Yes, that was a cat. So yeah, Terry, basically what that's saying is, like, say we jump in here at 440, get an ad here at 485. We're looking for a way to be able to just hit a button and it'll throw our average on the chart as a line. So technically this line wouldn't be here. It would just be an order entry. and an order entry here, and then just get cons on it. Nah, trust me, me and cons tried to figure it out. We couldn't. So we'd have an order entry here, and then we could just throw this line up here. So what that would do is, say the price starts coming back, instead of having to like look over your average and come over here. Now, granted, you could just draw the line on the chart yourself, right? But that's the whole point, is like when you're trading a bunch of tickers all at once and you're caught up in the moment, you're trying to read the stock, to be able to just hit a button and to throw the average up on the screen, it would be pretty valuable. It's one of those things where, yeah, it's kind of you're asking for something that you don't really necessarily need, but it would be something that's really cool to have. One of those types of things. It's not in, and I do just visualize the line. Like, I look at my average and I just look over at where we're at, and then I don't ever draw it on my charts. You guys see that. I just pay attention to the line. Usually I'll watch the last price line bounce right off of my average. That's usually what it does. But yeah, it's something that we're just trying to get on. You know, it's something that shouldn't be too hard, but apparently it is. I believe Ruben was the last one here. Yeah, cryptocurrency. Actually, I meant to check where Bitcoin was. I hadn't looked at it in a while. Where is it? It's still up over 18.3 basically. Jonathan said, are you excited for what cryptocurrency has in store for us 2021? Tell you what, if it can break 20,000, I think some people are going to be going nuts. Graham Stefan in the house. AN just fixed it. What did AN say? Y equals average cost? Wait, what? What would Y equals average cost do? I saw your thing that said it has to be an indicator. I don't. Y equal AX plus P. Oh, get out of here. I thought you actually knew something that I didn't know. I was about to be like amazed. All right, we got about 13 minutes, a little less than 13 minutes. If you're just joining us, type 27 in the chat if you want to take part in what you see on this wheel of names. It's for a free week of the ISW team package. You get all the scanners, the ultra scanners. You get everything that you would get if you were part of the team. You get both chat rooms. You get all the good stuff. You get to be part of the team for a week. It's a $70 value. It's worth way more than that. We all know that at this point. But this is your chance to get it for free. All you got to do, type in 27 in the chat. Let's get it going. That's where the line would go. Why? What? I wish it was that easy. I mean, I've tried everything. I remember sitting here one night for hours trying to figure this thing out. Oh, speaking of which, I actually have a pretty cool thing to show you guys. Let me just take a picture of it. Let me do a little snippet so I don't give away anything crazy. But on my videos, normally you guys see this part in the thing. Looky, looky, looky. I figured a little cool thing out. So it's still the demo account, right? I couldn't get rid of that kind of thing, but I found a way to change the stars into a name. Ooh, baby, look at me. I wasted a lot of time with it too. Yeah, I don't like to admit how much time I've wasted trying to figure out how to draw an average line, a horizontal line at my average, when in reality, if I just got into the habit of when I hit the add button, I could just be like, okay, there's my average. Because when you only have one order, like say you top ticket, there's no need, right? But I could see it being even more needed for someone like Brian, because you know he'll hit it here, hit it here, hit it here. It'll come down, go up, and it'll hit it here, 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 and all those places. So you know his average can get a little out of control sometimes. But still, if you have the window open with your positions, you just look over at where your average is. Oh, it's at 530. Okay, there you go. So Kim, unfortunately, I believe that you can only change the name like that from your account number if you're on interactive brokers. But you guys are more than willing to... Actually, you know what? You shouldn't have to. I'm going to show you guys. So you go to Setup, Other Configuration, and right here, if you have this, it says Use New Config Window. You're going to check it. You're going to hit OK. And then you're going to go back to Setup, but go to Trading Settings. And so now you're going to have the new config window that they're working on. You're going to go all the way to the bottom. Of course, there's my account number, so we're just going to scroll up there. But it's too late now. But it's not like it hasn't been on the channel before. Account alias right here. You would type it in, hit save, hit OK. And then if you want, you just go back to Other Configuration. And then right here, this top box, just uncheck it, hit OK. And then if you go back to it again, you'll see that it changed back to this. And that's it. And then I believe to actually get it, you'd have to restart your DOS Trader for it to actually take effect. Change the name to TRN. That would be pretty funny. It's actually a good idea for a joke. I could play a joke one day. Sorry, my chair is like giving my left leg is like cramping. Kind of hurts. All right, we're getting pretty close here. 10:21. We got about almost 8 minutes, a little over 8 minutes. If your name is not on the wheel, all you have to do is type 27 into the chat. Free week of the team ISW package. We're clicking this button at 10:30. We're going to do the giveaway. It's a $70 value. You get the Ultra scans, all the scanners if you were part of the team, as well as the chat rooms. You get to pick Brian's brain for a week. Ask him anything you want. And trust me, I mean anything. Anything. He loves to talk about anything. Sammy, you are not allowed. You are one of the ones who is not allowed. Sammy Sharma was... unfortunately, I guess, the first one to win when we started the no previous winners ordeal. Shot. I would play that, but then this whole thing would get copyrighted for, what, 5, not even, what, like 2 minutes of song. Giovanni, what's up, man? Complicated. What a feat you figured that out. Right? That's what happens when you just sit around and play with the DOS options and tools. And you know, some people like to, you know, go out on a Friday night and have fun. I'm just sitting here, you know, going through menus on DOS. Yeah, why not? Do you get charged an entry fee and exit when shorting a stock? That's not easy. I believe you get charged a fee for entering and exiting any stock, whether you're shorting or not. I mean, unless you're on one of the free commissions ordeals. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Sorry, I was responding to somebody on Discord. What did I eat for dinner? I actually ate part Maggiano's pasta and meat sauce. And my mom actually made and gave me some chicken fajita soup. And that crap was delicious. It was like a little on the thicker side. So I took it and we had a bag of Doritos from vacation. It was about half a bag of Doritos. I was taking that and dipping it. And there was, you know, like the peppers, the beans, some rice, chicken, and then just the soup was just thick enough to kind of sort of hold onto the chip, but not really. And just, a squizzy. I'm not even going to try it again. I messed it up. I'm just going to leave it alone. A squizziotto. Yeah, whatever. I screwed it up. What do we got? What do we got? We have 5 minutes. 5 minutes, guys. Again, if you're in here, we got 24 people in here. There's only 5 people entered. Don't be afraid to chime in. ISW team package for a week, completely free. Completely free. All you got to do is put the number 27 in the chat and you're entered to win. Right now, everyone has a 20% chance to win. I'm sure they don't want you to enter at this point, but you still have some pretty good chances. I remember like a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago, maybe we had like 12, 13, 14 people. It was quite the entry squad. Now I feel like it's kind of died down a little bit. Sammy, stop it. Yeah, tip your bell, man. I would like to just keep it as the next week. So if for some reason you feel that you can't use it next week, I would say maybe save your entry, because I wouldn't want you to win and then not use it. That actually just happened last week, so that was kind of a bummer. If you've never used the ISW scanners, come to the dark side. It is so much fun. Thanksgiving was a 2-day week for me. Was it a... Is that what happened, Brian? Brian, are you still here? Lending fees? Well, I just saw Ann said lend. I always miss Ann's messages for some reason, which is weird because your logo sticks out. Super cool watching Devin take that parrot today. Dude, I can't... That was the first time I think I've ever seen him take a third entry, but he said it was only because he had small size, which I believe. I feel like if he had like original size, like normal size, I don't think he would have held on to that like he did. If I win, I'll want it in January. Sammy, did you not show? I thought Sammy did show. Maybe not on like Monday, but then I think he came in on Tuesday. It wasn't Sammy. It was the guy last week that didn't show. At least I thought. Oh yeah, there was. I think it was the week before Sammy. Again, that the guy actually messaged me and I gave him the info and he just never showed. Yeah, like Lance said, he started that thing super small for him. Why can't you do that? To be completely honest, because I don't want to sit here and keep track of who's won and who hasn't. And like if you don't have the time to necessarily use it right now, I'm not trying to be a dick, but just save your entry and wait until you can. As you can see, the entries kind of fluctuate from week to week. Last week we literally had 2 entries, where the week before we had 13. So, yeah, I actually feel bad if I didn't even pick up on that myself. So, yeah, maybe we'll hook Sammy up for next week as well. We won't even make him enter the drawing since he's already won. That would make me kind of feel bad. They're out of school after next week. Yeah, because, again, like, I honestly don't want to see... It would just... I don't know. I don't want it to get out of control. Because, like, say you win and you're like, I want to do it, you know, January. And then, say, next week somebody wins and, like, I want to hold on to it. And then they're like... They wait until, like, February. And they're like, hey, man, remember I won that giveaway? And I'm like, eh. I mean, hopefully you can see where I'm coming from with that. We got 1 minute. 1 minute. So you want me to remove you or no? Yeah, it'll be life-changing, but only next week. Kim looking to give everyone a 25% chance. So, guys, again, if you are just tuning in, you have 45 seconds to type 27, the number 27, into the chat. It's a chance to win the ISW team package for a week. $70 value, worth way more than that. You get the chats, you get the scanners, you get Brian, you get me, sometimes you get David, you know, it depends on the mood that he's in. And yeah, so you got about 30 seconds. Let's go. You want me to... All right, so Bellman once gone, Kim once gone, so now we're down to 33% chance. David was fire today. Akmal. All right, we're adding one back. I like it. And Kim said, leave me in. All right, Kim's back in. Akmal's in. I'm going to, let's say, Shamsuddinov? Shamsuddinov? I feel like I nailed that. I feel like that one was actually a little bit on the easier side than I thought after first looking at it. All right, 10:30. There it is. Let's go. Good luck to all of you. Here we go. Look at that. Akmal comes in last minute, slamming it down. Congrats, man. Let me enter your name in the old no repeat winners real quick. There we go. Look at that. Last second entry. Nails it. He knew what he was doing. He was just waiting until the last second. Akmal, I'm actually signing off. That was kind of what we do. Sign off at 10:30 after spinning the wheel. I hope you all have a great weekend. Find me in Discord. Links down in the description. Hit my Discord link. Join that. Make sure you go down and hit the little check mark and then message me inside the Discord. We will get you hooked up. I will answer your question about the hot buttons. Have no problem doing that there. And I will see you guys on Monday. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave any comments on the YouTube videos. Find me in the Discord. Find me on Twitter. Always available. And yeah, always make sure to hit me up in the Discord. It's the easiest place. It comes to my phone. I'm in there all the time. And it's just, I'm trying to grow the Discord a little bit. It's such a good thing. We have such a good thing going in there. It's great. Me, Devin, Lance, Thomas, Tom, Constantine's in there sometimes. He doesn't really talk, but it's just a great group of guys. We're always talking throughout the day, and we're always just, it's a fun time. So join us in there. Until then, you can talk in the Discord, Brad. Get a mic. Until then, guys, I will see you Monday. Peace.